Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be bringing you probably the last video before Shadowkeep. Now in today's video I'm going to be showing you the top 5 weapons to actually obtain before you actually do go into Shadowkeep. Now I just want to say guys, the PvP weapons like the recluse and that obviously are one of the best weapons and you should definitely go for them. However, I didn't put them on this list because these are the weapons that you don't have currently. Well, most players won't have one of these weapons and you will be able to obtain it by Tuesday. So that's the reason why the recluse and that isn't on, because they can be quite hard to obtain. But obviously they are one of the better weapons. If you do want to grind for it, I'm just saying now the recluse, I would go for it. But these are going to be the weapons that you should really be able to get by Tuesday. But before we do start with the top 5, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, drop a like down below. Let's try and get to 12k subs by the end of the month. Now with Shadowkeep coming out, there's going to be a lot of actual gameplay videos coming out this month. So make sure you do turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. And pretty much let's jump straight into it. So we are on the menagerie to pretty much showcase these weapons. And we are going to try and keep the video short and not try and get it quite long because I know it can be quite tedious. So for me guys, I've made a video on this weapon in the past. Now the breakneck is definitely the best auto rifle in my opinion. Nothing really comes close to this. Now obviously guys, this top 5 list is going to be my opinion. And pretty much for the ads, and pretty much for the bosses as well. A lot of people say it's not good against the bosses, but with 3 times rampage, which what you get, then it's really effective, especially for a primary, because most primaries are never going to be good for bosses. That's what we're going to go on to later in the video. But for me, the breakneck is definitely the top auto rifle and ad clearing primary. For pretty much a beginner, obviously you've got your mountain top, but like I said, it's PvP based and it's going to be quite hard to obtain if you haven't already got it by Shadowkeep. But I would recommend getting that also. Now, for me guys, it does take quite a while. You are going to be able to actually play 40 matches of Gambit and get like assault rifle kills, but that's not really hard. Then 40 Gambit matches will take a long time, but hopefully some of you have started the quest and hopefully are around about halfway. You can probably do it by Tuesday or get very close to doing this. So I would recommend getting this weapon. I use it pretty much all the time. Doing raids, doing menagerie, anything like that. The reckoning. The reckoning is probably the best, obviously on the bridge. You can literally just slay out anything, especially with that rampage. Now I would recommend using a backup mag or a rampage spec on this weapon, just to make it that little bit extra and a lot better. Now, so that is the number 5. These aren't in order guys, it's just the top 5 weapons. Obviously they're different. Now this is going to be the Callus mini tool. Now this is like the baby recluse, so if you don't have the recluse, make sure you get this thing because it's pretty much insane. It's what I use all the time, especially for ad clearing. Now the one I've got, I'd feed in frenzy, so I would recommend actually farming that. But at the minute, the menagerie is really easy to farm. It's dropping 5 weapons, so if you just put this one at the minute, you will be able to get a good roll, a god roll mini Callus tool. And pretty much it's the baby recluse like I said, and I'll show you some gameplay when we do get to the next bit. But it's a really underrated weapon guys, and it's one that I see pretty much nobody using. But like I said, if you don't have the recluse, make sure you try this weapon out. It's not for everyone, and you are going to want that feeding frenzy for that reload speed, simply because it's not that good itself. So we're going to wait for this guy to get over here and we're going to start. But hopefully I can show you some ads and why this weapon is really good. Now as you can see, there's a knight here which is quite hard to defeat, so I'm going to show you it on Thralls. It simply just melts everything, especially with that feeding frenzy. And when you have actually got a team shooting at one thing, so like this now, look, it's literally melted that night. And we'll try it on this one. Does around about 4,000 damage in the crit spot, which is really good. 8,000 on a thrall. So like I said, ad clearing weapon is definitely one you're going to be wanting to get, because I've got a feeling Shadowkeep there's going to be a lot of thralls on the moon, Vex, so you are going to want to be able to actually clear out ads. So the perfect combo for me is the breakneck and the Minis Cali tool. So pretty much guys, we're going to move on to the next weapon. So that was the number 4 spot, this is going to be the number 3. So the next one, we are going to be moving on to the heavy. Now this isn't going to come to a shock guys. The heavy weapon you're going to want to get, if you haven't already, which I guess most people have, is a sleeper simulant. Now the sleeper simulant is still one of the best heavy weapons in the game, no doubt. It's got the most DPS on anything. If you shoot at anything, it's pretty much going to wipe it out. And for bosses in the raids, it's going to be a crucial weapon that you are going to want to get. Now obviously stuck out half of that knight's health in one shot. Now this menagerie is the hardest one, so obviously it's 740. So as you can tell, these enemies are pretty high, even at 750 to actually kill. So that is the reason why the sleeper simulant. Pretty much guys, everyone's got this weapon probably, and if you haven't, you're really missing out. It's probably the best heavy weapon that's ever been in Destiny 2, and it's still the best. It's had a little nerf, don't get me wrong, it used to be a lot more powerful, but still this weapon is really good, especially in Gambit. You can map people. Now obviously it's quite hard to show you how good this weapon is because he's not really a boss on this little battle, but as you can tell, the range on it, the damage, 20,000 in one shot, it's really powerful, especially with the right combo. If you've got a team running all sleepers, then you're going to melt bosses really quickly and efficiently. Now I just want to give an honourable shout out. Now if you are looking for pretty much a heavy weapon that you're not really going to run out of ammo and it's going to be good forever, it's definitely going to be the Thunderlord. It's another underrated weapon. Now I haven't put it in my top 5 just because I don't think it's as good as the sleeper, but it's definitely up there guys. If you're looking for something apart from the sleeper, I'd recommend the Whisper or the Thunderlord. But moving on to the next weapon is going to be another one that a lot of people are going to know about, and that is going to be the aquel shotgun. Now the aquel shotgun guys, it's been the best shotgun since it come out. Nothing's really come close. It's had its nerfs and it's still the most powerful shotgun in the game. It's pretty much a boss killer. Now the only downfall for this is it's a shotgun, so at range you've pretty much got nothing with your special, and that is the only downfall. That's why I prefer to use submachine guns, especially for ad clearing, and also you can do damage to bosses. But if you're saying escalation protocol, reckoning, anything like that where there's a big boss, this thing is absolutely going to melt it. Now the reason for this is because obviously when you get your punch, if you melee an enemy, you're going to be doing, I don't know how much more damage, but it is a lot guys. It's definitely worth it. Fortunately we haven't got any ammo, but guys, I've done videos on this weapon in the past, so if you want to see how good this weapon is, just check out them or look it up on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure it's the most powerful shotgun in the game. It's definitely one of the most DPS weapons in the game at the minute, so it's definitely got to come in the top 5 if you don't have it already. Now the final weapon is going to come as a shock. Now for me guys, this is probably the best pulse rifle in the game, and that is going to be the Outlast. Now for me, I've got rangefinder and rampage, which is a god roll for me. Like I said, some of these weapons that you guys are going to get, some of them won't be for you, and that's fine. That's simply because this is my opinion. So take my opinion, try it out for yourself, but like I said, some guns just won't work for you and others will. Try them all out, and I want to see your guys' comments down below as well guys. Let me know what your top weapons are. But as you can tell, pulse rifles in the next update are going to be getting a really good buff. They are going to actually be usable in PvE, because at the minute they're not that good, but still This one seems to hold its weight pretty well. Like I said, this is the weapons you're going to want to get for Shadowkeep, and obviously with pulse rifles getting a buff, then it's definitely one you want to get. Also, auto rifles are getting a buff. Pretty much everything's getting a buff. Also, scout rifles. Now, I haven't really looked into scout rifles, so if you guys could leave a comment with the best scout rifle to actually get before Shadowkeep, I would appreciate it. But with Rampage, this little pulse rifle, especially in PvP, is pretty overpowered at the minute. And like I said, it's getting that buff, so it's going to be even better in Shadowkeep. But that's pretty much going to wrap up the top 5 weapons, guys, to get before. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Try out these weapons, try and get them before Shadowkeep, and let me know your opinions down below. If this video could get 15 likes, I'd appreciate it a lot. And as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.